Bijoy, thank you so much for coming here to Aizawl. So as a forum, we really say thank you once again.
Thank you.
Just have a simple question, like what would you say to the younger architects here in Aizawl? So I'll just ask you that, and maybe Francis will have a question, some small question that will help
Right.
all of us. Not too personal, but something which will help all of us.
Right.
So I'm just asking you, like, what will you tell the younger architects?
What will I tell the younger architects? So the first impression of Aizawl when we come here is that it's very different from the places that I've been to. I mean, Aizawl is very particular in terms of its climate, its culture, the food, the language you speak, and also the camaraderie.
First time in the
Northeast, yes. So I would say that the youngsters who are getting into practice should hold on to these very particular parts of your culture and your character, and not to lose that, because it's very easy. And now in Bangalore, for instance, we've lost everything in a way, that in our race to develop cities, that this connection back to who we truly are is kind of difficult to decipher now. So here in Aizawl, you still have it, you can still feel the difference, the particularities of this place, that when you do your projects, be sure of how appropriate it is, how gentle you are, how careful you are in your work. Otherwise, very soon, I mean, it's already, the city is changing. You can see that it's very dense. It's, kind of without much character. And I think one has to try and see how you can change that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Francis, any question? Small question? Not too serious, please.
No, nothing serious. Nothing serious. Like, there's a fun side of architecture, and the rigorous side of things is also
right.
No, just as short maybe suggestion or some kind of tip on how to enjoy the design and that process more while we're building up.
Yeah, so the thing that really strikes me when people come out of college is that you feel that only the designers are having all the fun. That if you're not a good designer, then somehow you're not a real architect, And many people in our office, some people discover that they really enjoy doing drawings. That they like developing details, or that's the thing that they like. Other people are really enjoying administrative, they like to organize. They set everything in motion, they put everything in order. That's their core strength, and they enjoy that. And then there are others who really enjoy being at site. They don't like to make any drawings. They don't want to do any administration. They just want to be at site with the workers, with the contractors, figuring things at the site. One of the things that as a young practitioner, try to discover what it is you enjoy in this, because there are many things you can do other than design. You don't have to be a designer, all these people are important in the making of architecture. You can be the person who is doing the administration. You can be the person who is, doing the drawing. But you can also be the person who's always at site, and just working at site with the people. And all of us are architects together. So that, and we get fun from that. Like, I'm not a very good site person. I get very frazzled at site. I prefer the drawing part of the job. And then there are some people in the office who enjoy to go to site and negotiate at site, So, yeah.
Wow. Very insightful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much again for coming to Aizawl.
Yeah.
And again, much more for visiting this humble studio. It means a lot to us.
No, thank you, Zwala. It's very nice to visit the studio, also to see the school. I think the school is a very special project. It's special for me also because I think very much like that a lot of the life of these institutions happens outside of the classroom.
Yes.
And that building has so much of this life which is outside, which I think the students must be enjoying.
Right.
So it's a project that's very close to me. I'm happy that even though I was not, thanks to our driver that day.
Yeah, I wonder who was driving. Everyone keeps talking about that driver, right?
Yes.
I mean, we're so sorry it happened to you.
I survived. But I'm glad I made it, I'm glad we went there. And it was a perfect time of day, evening, just, sun about to set. It was just glowing,
Yeah.
So it was a nice time to visit.
Wish we had stayed longer to see the sunset, but...
I was at my limit. Yeah.
Maybe any question you want to ask? Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe, yeah.
Sir, sorry, what you said,
reminds me of a quote by Laurie Baker. And he said, not all development is progress. You can develop cancer, it's still a development, but it's not progress. So in architecture also, say for example, in the name of progress, we have so lost and sacrificed so much. But the keeping up with the tradition and the culture and what we have is very often difficult to quantify, especially to the public. Based on your experience, how would we convince the public that keeping what we have while at the same time progressing is the sustainable and the right approach? How do we convince the public?
It's not an easy thing, and it takes a long time to do that. I mean, through public engagement. So, for instance, yesterday's event, we were mostly architects in the room and architectural students in the room. And that sometimes is unfortunate because we are preaching to the choir, everybody is already on our side, they already understand what we are doing, and we are all sort of appreciating one another because of, we appreciate that and we understand that. But when you get, so in fact in Kerala, the IIA in Kerala, the group there, when they have public events like this, they make sure that there is public participation. So these things are important, that the things that we hold as important, which are important, is also conveyed to the general, public, that through articles in the newspaper, through places where normally architecture isn't talked about, that we have to make those connections across our field. But it is a slow process because there is a rush. I was just telling Zwala that we just got a project yesterday, a very large project. And I'm just calling him, he's telling me, congratulations, you got this project. And the very next thing he told me is that in a week's time, can we see something? And I'm like, I'm in Mizoram, I don't have anything, I can't do it in a week. But they're in this tearing hurry to do. Now, of course, you get into it and you want to figure out a way to work with, schedule and budget and all of that. But you're also telling the client that there are some things that are important to me too. So a lot of it is this ability to convince, to negotiate, to impress upon them the value of some kind of gestation, that you're going to spend some time thinking about things. It's not an easy thing because by and large, a lot of the population doesn't appreciate design in the way that we do. They think about design as some facade or, So that, I think, by reaching out in the mainstream media or to try and get more of this conversation to be part of a larger community is very important. So in fact, for the MAF programs, I would suggest engage more regular people so that you have the events in, even smaller events where the neighborhood is together. I mean, you're already doing that through, the stadium work that you did or the pedestrian work that you have initiated, that you are coming to the community. But even presentations, that when an architect comes, try to get an event where it's open and you encourage the people to attend.
Right. Yes.
So that people start understanding, this so many things architects are doing and thinking about. It is a tough battle. I mean, Aizawl already is so dense and is developing at a crazy speed. It's not easy for one architect to do anything, in your practice, in your private practice. It has to come as a group, people have to work together to make those connections. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you. Those are profound. I mean, it's just an impromptu kind of thing, but still, the things coming off your head,
Well,
those are really worth cherishing. But can you just turn the camera around so that if our studio guys have questions, anyone have a question, just turn the camera around. Maybe someone has a question. Maybe from Ruthie.
I have a question for Ruth.
Yeah, right. Okay,
about,
you do that.
About the making of reels.
Reel, right?
Like how much time does it take? How do you do? And also this question about the retaining walls. I didn't understand the language, so can you tell us a little bit about that?
So, it's the theme of the reels is that good versus bad architecture and urban design. And in the first reel, I was highlighting the two different projects, and one is the builders are from outside Mizoram.
Okay.
They're not from Northeast, and they usually works with planes and all. And the project is on the top of the hill, on the top of the mountain, and they just
flatten it out.
Flatten that and cut all the existing trees and all, and they don't work with the terrains and all. They just flatten the hill, and in the second part there's this synod conference center, which is in the school Puikon nearby, and that projects they they preserved lots of existing trees and all, and we have seen that lots of old trees and all. I was comparing that as I was highlighting that as a good architecture, and the other one as a bad architecture. That's it.
Yeah, I mean to make reels or to do accessible, content. For someone, I mean, a layperson may not know this difference. No, they may see the other building and think that that's a very nice building without knowing why it isn't so nice. So I think that conversation has to be out there.
Reels is a good start.
Yeah, because it's accessible, and you have a minute? How long?
60 seconds is the limit.
Right, because there's no attention span anymore.
Yeah, and we need to do the voiceover to do the explanations and all.
Right.
That's it.
It's a very good start.
Actually, Ruth was hiding here behind. We didn't have this mic. No, we didn't have it. So I was coming late to the office. Like it was already dark, and then the door was open. Then no one was inside. Like wondering so the guys knew I was coming back, and they left it like this. Then suddenly she jumped out from behind these things. Like she was doing the voice over there.
I need to do the recording after everyone left the office.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you, Swala. Thank you, and thanks for having and for the cake. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Bye.